Hi, this is Purple Jan from Tales from a Purple... Oh, can't even talk this morning. Hi, this is Purple Jan from Tales from a Broken Brain. And thank you for joining me today. I've got a couple of boxes of that I'm going to unwrap. It's two things I've bought for myself. I'm not sponsored in any way to do this. So, fresh from Amazon. I have an IIonic facial steamer. Now the reason that I decided to get myself one of these was as ladies get to a certain age, and I can't even remember when it started, but you start to develop a few hairs on your chin, and then a few more hairs on the chin, and then the hairs on the chin are starting to look like a beard. And now when I was in my 30s, I used to sometimes to give my aunt and uncle a night off, I'd go and stay at my nana's house, because she was in her 90s by then and needed a lot of assistance, and I'd go and stay overnight, and it was a precious time staying with her and having a little bit of one-on-one time with her as adults. But she was getting up one morning and she said, just pass me the razor, and she just, it was only a Bic razor, and she said, do you know what? She said, we were going out one night and Grandad said to me, oh, you've got a couple of hairs on your chin. He just got his razor and he whisked them off. And she said the next morning they were back. And she said, I've had to shave every day since then. And she didn't have much, just a few, but she was shaving every day. And she said, promise me you'll never shave. Promise me. And to my shame, I did. I promised. And then my hair started sprouting as I got older. And I tried the tweezers and pulling them out by tweezer. And then eventually, yeah, I did. Not with the razor. A friend of mine recommended that I got one of these. You may have seen them advertised. I'm not even sure what they're called. This one is an Asvista. Or Asvita, and it's basically a razor. It's a little smooth head razor, and it's battery operated. It's got a light on it. I don't know if you can see the light there. You're supposed to be able to see yourself, but I found that whether I use tweezers or whether I shave, a day or two later I'll start to get spots where the hairs have come from, and I'd almost rather have the hair than the spots. So I literally only ever shave now if I'm going to, like this morning, I was at a meeting where I was going to have somebody sitting this close to me talking to me and would see if I'm growing my beard or not. Normally speaking, I wouldn't bother. And so I was thinking, well, what can I do to not have spots every time I get rid of the hair? And I thought, well, and various different things that I've read say it's better to tweezer it out than it is to shave. But if you use the tweezers, you've got to be as clean as possible, and they suggested using warm towels to open the pores up and things. So I thought, well, maybe a steamer before I start tweezering might be the answer. And I had one years and years ago, one of these things that you put your whole face in, and I think we've all tried over the bowl with a towel over our head when we've got a cold or whatever. But this one is from China. It's a nano ionic facial steamer. Well, apparently nano ionic steam is smaller particles than you'd get from any other way of doing it, and so it's easier for the skin to absorb. Well, opening the box, you've got the instructions. It says a model number, but it doesn't actually say a brand on here. I've seen a couple of, as I say, it's from Amazon. It's got some German writing on it, but it's made in China. I think it's some sort of generic thing that different companies can can just put their own name to. But this one just, it's model number F0110/F0110-1, and it says please read carefully before use, and then it's some simple instructions there. So anyway, opening the box, the first thing that strikes you when you open the box is the pretty colours. And what we've got here is spot tools. Well, I was hoping to avoid the spots altogether, but each one is, it's metal tool, each one in its own coloured casing, and you've got that would be like a small scalpel blade, and then I don't know if you can actually see that at all. If I put it against that, you might be able to see. No, probably not. But it's got the hole at the end that you press down the skin and the spot presumably erupts in the middle. And it's got various different types of that. Lots of different implements. Perhaps I should do one of those spot videos if I get a really juicy one. I have to admit, they're my secret pleasure. I do love to watch a spot video. We went to visit a friend of ours recently. He's actually my tattooist, and in his lounge he's got the biggest screen that you could ever see in a home environment. I don't know what size it is, but it's got to be well, we've got a 5-foot screen in our lounge, so it's got to be at least 8, if not 10 foot or bigger. And the thought of having one of these spots on that, but I'm sure he doesn't use it for that at all. But anyway, they're the different tools for if you do have a blackhead or a pussy spot or whatever. So anyway, next we've got a very pretty, a lovely baby pink headband, but as usual I can't find my way into these things. I was thinking it was going to open at the short end, and it doesn't. It opens all the way along. So, oh, headband with ears. Well, it's always good to have some ears on your headband, isn't it? So, let's put it on. Oh, got this in a bit of a muddle, but anyway, ears ready for steaming. And then you've got a measuring cup to measure your water, and warning, only 1 cup, do not over. Right, you've got down the one side, you've got actual measurements for the cup, but the warning label is giving you a dotted line saying do not overfill past this line, but they've stuck it on at an angle. Oh dear, never mind, I'll work it out. It wasn't the most expensive steamer in the world, so that's one thing. Then we've got the top of the steamer, and this, what attracted me was, instead of having the whole great big facial thing that you put your whole face in, this one oh, it's a sealed bag, that's why I can't open it. Let's this one just jets the steam out, so you have it in front of you and it jets the steam in your general direction, I suppose, depending on where you're leaning. And then the unit itself, I can pull it out of the box, and it's just such a nice tidy unit. It's not a huge thing to have to then find storage for. I mean, that's the size of the box, so it's, and that's the whole unit. And so that one, I might have to learn how to do this before I will do a demonstration at another time. Let's take these silly ears off for now. I don't need to wear them all the time. Oh, my hair needs doing, my roots are showing. I don't know if this one just pushes on or if there's some sort of twist that you need to do, but it basically goes on with the open bit at the front. And I'm sure there's some sort of knack to doing this. Ah, there is. I can see just inside there's some notches, so you're going to have to line things up. So brute force and ignorance aren't quite the way with this one. It's got to go on a certain way. And I can't actually see what that certain way is right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I really ought to learn how to do things before I show you them, shouldn't I? But anyway, that gives you the essence of the thing. It'll be slightly lower down when it's in use. It'd be better to film this on the table as well, but I've got all the lighting and everything set up. I film sitting on my bed because that's how I do my makeup, and it's just easier. So you've got the on and off button there. You remove this, fill it up using the little cup measure through the hole in the top there. Then that piece goes on there. Sit it down, turn it on, and then, oh, it says clockwise rotation, so maybe I should try rotating clockwise. I did watch another review of one of these, and they did say that it was very fiddly to get the top part on. And I can only apologise for not learning how to do it before but then I hadn't taken it out of the box, so it wasn't quite as easy as well, it seems to be wedged on at the moment. I'm not sure if it's on properly. I'll have to have a proper look at that later. But put the water in, turn it on, have it on, must be on a stable, you know, you're going to have boiling water here, so it's got to be stable when you're using it. Put it on a table, desk or whatever, and then the steam will come up and open all your pores. And then you can get the tweezers, and hopefully the pores will then gently release the hairs. We'll see. We live in hope, don't we? So that's the first product that I've got. It's a nano ionic steamer, non-branded, but it was from Amazon. And let me see if I can see how much I actually paid for it. I can't remember. I should have all this information for you before I even start filming. I know I should. I'm rubbish at this. Broken brain. You've got to keep thinking broken, but some of it is just me being dim. So we have a quick look, and it was delivered yesterday, and the price was £22.99. So not hugely expensive. It's got 4.5 star review, and the different ones that I've seen that are the same as this all have quite good reviews, all round 4.5, 5 star reviews all the way through. So I'll let you know once I've got it up and working. I'll let you know how we're going. Right, while we're on Amazon, I'll tell you the price of the other item, because then if I can even find the other item. The other item delivered yesterday was the other one that I've got, £29.90, again from Amazon, and it's a Moonsey ultrasonic beauty device, high frequency facial machine, and ultrasonic red LED light therapy massager for skin and facial things. Supposed to help with collagen in the skin, all that sort of thing. Now I had a blade, I've got a blade here because it's still, I've not even opened the parcel yet from Amazon, but at least this one came in a box, unlike the, what was it that came that wasn't in a box? That was, oh, that was the facial scrubbing brush, wasn't it? Well, if you've seen that video, then you'll know that it arrived with just the manufacturer's box and an address label on it, which wasn't quite what we wanted. And typical Amazon, paper packaging. We like paper packaging. Yeah, the other item arrived just in a, oh, that's in a very nice box. It's a beauty instrument. Don't know if you can read what that says. But the other box that arrived without an Amazon outer packaging didn't have the plastic wrap on it at all. It was literally just a cardboard box. Right, so this one's, that's the wrapping. I'll tidy up later, don't worry about that. I'll get that sorted later on. So it's one of those nice boxes with an attractive lid. And again, what attracted me to this is it's a small unit. It's not going to take up a huge amount of desk space, dressing table space, whatever. And the box itself reminds me of an iPhone box. It comes out, I should have shown you when it was all in there. It's presented quite nicely in the box. Now I'm assuming that it's got connection leads under this bit, but there's no easy way. You've got to kind of fiddle to get that out. Yes, here we go. And there you've got the instructions and straightforward plug it in through your phone socket or whatever, and that goes in the machine itself. And so this one, that's the base unit, and then this is the massager thingy, what's it? Now I'm trying to see it. It's got two charging pins at the bottom there. So then it just sits in its little cradle like that. It's got power, LED cell. I don't know if the SEL cell is foreign for LED or... Oh, LED select, that's what... Duh, I'll get there in the end. And then you've got a little screen there that will obviously tell you what programs and things you're on. And, oh, so it's got a little bit of power already. So I've managed to turn it on. And it's saying photon, RF, time 10 minutes, and then basically you've got different colour lights that I'm going to have to learn how to use it. I keep saying with these things that I buy that I'm going to show you how it works when I've learned how to work it. So at the moment I have no clue, but basically you select the mode that you want to use and then take it over your skin, and it's supposed to help with the collagen, and again it has very good reviews and people are saying that they really notice the difference with these. Or so I thought, well, why not? At my age, if I don't start looking after what I got now, It's only one way it's going to go. I'm never going to be 20 again. I don't know that I'd ever want to be. And it's ironic that I've never been the sort of person who spends time or money on gadgets. The steamer that I had years ago was, I think, a gift from somebody. And I think I gave it away in the end. But I've just never been the sort of person who spends a lot of time. I've never been one to spend 20 minutes passing a mirror. You know, I get up, I look in the mirror, as long as I haven't got dinner on my chin or spinach in my teeth, that'll do. Brush my hair. Sometimes I've even forgotten to do that and gone out. I'll tell you something embarrassing. Recently, twice in the last year, I've washed my hair in the shower, put the conditioner on, and somehow I've rinsed it all off from that side, but not that side. So I've actually got out and gone out with hair full of conditioner on this side, so it just looks like all wet and claggy, and nobody said to me, what's happened to your hair? But people do tend to know that I've got problems, half my brain missing, but you'd think that the half that I've still got left would say, hang on, when you're in the shower you've got to wet both sides to get rid of the stuff that you've just put into your hair. But so now I'm extra special careful when I'm having, like this morning when I had my shower and washed my hair before I went out, it's like, have I cleaned this side? I don't know how it is that I get one side rinsed off and not the other. I am a bit strange. I'll be the first one to put my hands up and admit it. I'm just a bit odd. Right, now this it's saying power, but it doesn't seem to be actually doing anything. It's got the light on. Oh, I've made it go green. I don't know if you can see that it's now gone green. Blue. Oh, now we're getting further along. So we've had red, green and blue. Orange. Oh, we're working our way along a rainbow here. Oh, purple. Now that's going to be my one, isn't it? I don't know if you can even see that. Because you've got I've got the lights on behind the camera to light me, but that's pretty purple. But it should be doing some sort of thing. Now it's flashing. No, the lights have all gone out now. I have no idea. I need to read the instructions, don't I? I need to learn what I'm doing with this. But whatever it is, it's got pretty colours. I could just wave it around as it's Christmas, take it to concerts. Instead of holding your lighter up like you used to in the olden days, take one of these and oh dear, never mind. Right, well, I'll turn it off for now and give it a proper charge up. Problem being, I don't know how to turn it off. It's only got that, it's very ergonomic, I think is the word. You know, it feels really comfortable in your hand. But the power doesn't seem to want to turn off. Oh, having said that, I've managed it now. It's gone off there. The lights are off, so we have to assume it's now turned off. Well, they're my two new toys, my new gadgets. So don't know if it's actually which way it sits to charge up. I think it might actually sit that way to charge up. I will learn and then I will tell you. When we come back to actually show you how all this stuff works, I've got more videos to make because I want to do the brush cleaning video. And then I want to show you how the facial scrubber, when I go through my whole routine of my evening, nighttime routine, taking all this off, and then of course my morning routine, waking up, cleaning up and then putting it all back on again. It's all somewhat futile, isn't it? But why do you think it is that after all these years I've suddenly discovered being a girl when I was never cared before? I wore makeup when I worked at the airport. It was kind of expected then, but next time you'll find me styling my hair, and that has never happened before. All the years I was at the airport, yes, I wore makeup, but the only thing that happened to my hair was a high ponytail. I'd scrape it all up into a big ponytail at the top at the back, which also has the effect of giving you, when you've got long hair, you pull it all up and it gives you an instant facelift. But it's just, it keeps it all out of your way. So if you're working at anything, whether it's paperwork or rushing around a shop floor, you need to be able to work without your hair getting in the way. So why am I doing it? I don't know. I can only think that it was to do with this, doing this YouTube channel, that I thought, when I first decided to do the YouTube channel, I thought it would be nice to wear makeup, just to present myself at my best. Not that I'm bothered, you know, 20 years without applying makeup at all, you know, I'm really not that bothered. But the really funny thing is, when I stopped wearing makeup, I think around about the time I left the airport, certainly by my 40th birthday, my memories of what I looked like were all back at that time, because that's when you'd have the mirror to do your makeup. So that's when I knew my face, and that's where my memory stopped. And it's been quite a wake-up call to see it 20 years later that it's got older. And I honestly didn't really know. You know, I'd get up, I'd clean my teeth, I'd wash it, I'd wash my hair, brush it, but I never close-up examined it. So I didn't know that I had wrinkles. I knew I had like a pleat there. I didn't know about the pleat that I've got there. That's a crease. I wouldn't call it a wrinkle, it's a complete crease. You know, I've got a couple of little darker spots coming on my chin. I knew about the whiskers because you can feel them. You not just feel them, but you find yourself playing with them, especially if you get a long one. And then you just, like, you're contemplating thoughts, you know, you're just playing with your beard. And the awful thing recently that I've almost done, but stopped myself luckily, is I use an eyelash serum, part of my evening routine, taking all the makeup off, and then I haven't even got it in that one. Where have I put it to show you? This one. Take everything off, put all the creams on, etc. And then I use a IIonic lash serum, which you put on your lashes, and it helps to nourish them, keep them nice, help them grow, make them lovely. So I'll be doing that, and I've heard certain other people say you can do your eyebrows as well if you want to grow extra hair. Well, that part of my eyebrow, I've got more than enough hair, thank you. This part is a bit more scarce, which incidentally, if you didn't know, is a sign of low thyroid. If you're losing your outer third of your eyebrow, get your thyroid levels checked, because that is one of the signs of low thyroid.